1,000, which between them, they were just, I think they were about 390-ish horsepower. So goodly amounts of power, which for the most part I didn't need for the equipment I had. But Lawfolds was a Scottish farm with very steep grades. So it ended up, yeah, they did struggle at times pulling ploughs and things up hills to get the work done. I ended up with two classes and the Challenger to do all the farm. And then when we moved to 19, we did Oakfield Farm. And again, that ended up as a Class 900 Challenger tractor map. Because they were just... Oops. The farms were just so steep that there wasn't an easy way around it. Okay, you do that. Go again. Dude, where are you going? Try again. Go there. Seem to be having issues with my GPS following where I told it to go. I think what I might do, I might run to the furthest north field and then do the rest on the way back. So again, this is the direct drill, so I didn't actually, I had to prepare this field. This field needed ploughed, so I had to subsoil it. We then put lime down on it. This field just ended up to be accidentally mine. When I updated the map, we ended up with this field became mine, and one of the fields that was supposed to be mine was removed from my ownership. So I cheated in some money, bought back the fields that the game stole from me, or the game save stole from me, and then noticed that I had this one, so I deducted the money for this field from the bank balance so that it is legitimately mine. I did pay for it. I didn't intend to own it, but hey, I ended up owning it. Okay, let's try that again. We'll back that up a bit. Gotcha. Oh, that. GPS on go. There now. So once this field's done, it does mean we're going to have a lot of sugar beets at the end of the year. I hope we've got enough room in our sugar beet shed to store them all. And in the railroad. Well, with the railroad yard, what I can do is I can ship down enough sugar beets to fill up the rail yard. And then later on, once I've sold those, I can ship another batch down there as well. You can, I think, keep going. Lift that up. Up back is. Oh. Down there. And pick that up. And oh, I didn't get. That's annoying. I am going to get that piece because planting 10 fields are like Pokemon. Got to get them all. Potentially, I think I can probably do almost most of that. Almost most of that without having to re-engage GPS for the last bit, unfortunately. Alrighty, let's run us off the edge of the field and lift it up, turn it off and fold it away. Alright, so we now have, I believe, 2 fields here to seed. Don't think I bought the last one along this row. I might have done. I honestly can't remember. Okay, this one I own. This one I own. I'm going to stop here because that's the entrance to that field. Oh, and the next one. Okay. Let's go do number 10 first. Yeah, 10 was another small, $30,000 field. Yeah, I'll buy it. And while we're using tractor-hauled harvesting equipment for sugar beets, I am okay with planting tiny fields like these. Now, eventually, we are probably going to get ourselves a thing. Are you unfolding? You're not unfolding. There you go. Yay. Squirrel. Okay, lower that, turn it on. Actually, what I want to do is drive down here. So yeah, this field is going to take almost no time at all. Interesting. So we're definitely getting row planting here, which we didn't get on the last field. Then I'm just going to plant this in a nice sweeping circle here. And re-engage the GPS. Oh, this is possibly just wide enough to do a turn. That was the thing. Back when I started Law Folds, I think I had 6 meter equipment and a tractor this big, and you couldn't turn the tractor around in 6 meters. 6 meters. So I ended up going with a Lemkin, which was 12, and that was big enough. All right. So we're killing off all the whatever it was that used to be on this field. She's not giving me my row. There's still sugar beets planted in the stubbly bit. And it's not giving me my row planting image. Actually, find the tree and That's good enough. Oh, we'll drive over the field and I'll get that last bit. Simply done. Turn it off, fold it up. I have no idea what yield we'll get from these sugar beets. I do know they are worth quite a bit. This is the field I've normally done with sugar beets on it, and it has lower the wheels. There you go. So there's a little bit of prep at the top there before it decides, yay, I'm done. Again. Oh, dude, why are you not? Not getting the rows here either. But we are biased to this side, so that bit on the left is not a full row. And we're still hardly using any seeds here. Which is awesome. Going to get all of these fields planted and still have a load of seed left. Now, once we got to the beans, the corn and the sorghum, okay, then we're going to have an interesting time of it. Don't even know what I'm going to put in each field. I can't even remember what I put in the fields last year, so oh, well, the big field at the far end, that's a new one. We haven't planted anything in that one. So let's see. It's definitely changing the texture. It's just not a great difference in texture between the rows. That's fine. Okay, this is number 2. We got number 3 behind us. I mean, the other thing I have thought is I could plant carrots or onions or, you know, something in all of these small fields, not just lend them over to sugar beets entirely. But each of the crops needs a different harvester, so that makes the work a lot more expensive. That's why you tend to find, you know, people like Zach the Millennial Farmer. He just does soybeans and corn because he can do them all with his harvester. He just has to have a corn header and a soybean header. Whereas, you know, you start doing all sorts of crazies. Because I've got cows and sheep and chickens and horses, I do need straw, hay, silage. So I'm doing most of that with grass or wheat or oats for the straw. And that's the only reason I'm doing wheat or oats. If I didn't have the cows and horses, I could dispense with having straw on the farm. I think soybeans make straw now. Because I updated the map. So potentially, if I got rid of the cows and the horses, I would not need wheat. I would not, well, no, it's only the horses. I could just buy horse food and keep the horses for as long as they're on the farm. They don't eat a lot, that's the thing. So I'm quite happy with the horses doing horsey stuff as they are. I could just buy horse food. Oh, we do need wheat for the chickens. Yeah, I forgot about that. I could just get rid of the chickens. They don't bring in much money because they're chickens. So there's egg income, but that's really about all there is. And selling them. So I could just get rid of the chickens entirely. I wouldn't be averse to doing that. Then we don't need the wheat. Once I've harvested the oats, I could stop doing that as well, I think. I guess at the end of the year, we'll check when we harvest the soybeans, do we get straw from the soybeans? We might even get straw from corn as well. But that could mean I can get rid of the cedar entirely. I don't need the cedar. I don't need to plant wheat or oats or whatever. We have drifted off the line because... Oh, we've drifted off the line because that was just a half row and this is the headland. Keeping track of what's going on here. And that. We are churning up the dirt with this thing though, because it's not a small tractor. Somewhere around about here there is somewhere. Oh, actually it's a little bit further. But... Okay, we go down to the end. I don't have the mod create field with cultivators on this save, which actually turns out we can create fields with cultivators and with direct drills, because this is effectively counted as cultivating the field as far as the game is concerned. Alright. I think that's close enough to good. Don't know about the end there, so that's why I did that. Now we get to drive back across the planted field and squash all the seeds. Why not? As I said, this is a heavy tractor. Then jump in this field and go again. Okay, again, this row here is the last one. Now, watch this very carefully because it's doing something up the front here. Lowers the wheels, then it lowers the frame, then it opens it up. Alright. Lower that, turn it on, GPS, off we go. So this field, it was previously planted with wheat, so didn't need to be subsoiled. The field to our, the field immediately to our north, the one we just finished, had sugar beets in last year, so we had to plough it, which is why it didn't have line texture all over it. This might... There might be another half row to our left. Possibly. would be a little bit annoying. I can't see it because of the stuff. Alrighty, let's get to the end. And a little bit. Yes, there is a half, not even a half row here. So, that down again. And eventually we will run out of track here. I think as soon as the planter hits the edge of the field on the right side, that will be the end of this half row. At this stage, we're almost halfway up the field. I'll just keep going. That is the end of the row, so we'll lift that up. Oh, tree. Okay. Drive through the tree. Well, that was fortunate. Put that down, and off we go the other way. And then one more field to do. And we are done with the planting for today. Or, sorry, for March 1. Not necessarily today. Today it's 10:15. We've still got a good hour of streaming left. Unless Mrs. Osa wakes up. So I have said for today and tomorrow, if Mrs. Osa wakes up early, then I'll quit streaming at that point. Saturday, I'll do the normal 3 hours. But either way, we are going to progress this farm quite significantly over the next 3 days. And then a couple of weeks' time, we've got Christmas and New Year's. That's going to be more progression on more... what's the word for it? Speedy progression on the farm that we don't normally see. But if I can get all the seeding done now and tomorrow, then potentially we could be at harvest by Christmas. If we're really lucky, we could be at harvest by the week before Christmas. Guess we'll just have to wait and see for that one. And as soon as I finish the sugar beets, I will do a check on the calendar. Make sure I am actually doing what I need to do. Because of the long tongue on this cedar planter, does mean that the rows do not follow precisely where the tractor has been. Okay, let's have a look at. Oh, look, lots of round bales, hoeing and hoeing, sowing, picking and things. What I actually wanted to look at was the calendar. Corn is April. Do long grain rice even. Sorghum is April. Soybeans is April. Okay. So, yeah, April is all the rest of our crops. But if I do, it's entirely possible that the wheat, not the wheat, the oats could last our horses for 20 years at the rate they're eating. So I may never need to grow oats again. It's just the thing, well, I sold the oats last year because I figured I would grow them this year. But really, I don't know that needed to happen. Okay. Let's try not to knock the street sign down. Okay, that's close enough. Let's not... Dude, come on. That one. Thank you. I missed a bit at the end. Okay. That's fine. I missed a bit at the end. Finish this row. I'm not doing tram lines on my fields. Generally, once the field is planted, we've got the early growth stage when you can use the what is it? The crop detector thing that I put on the front of the case. And that doesn't work now. That only works when there's crops it can see. So first stage growth, you can't kill the crops with big giant tractor tires, so you're good for that. And then after that, I just stay off the field with tractors. We're not doing anything else until whatever the next stage is, which is I don't know what the next stage is. Oh, harvesting, of course. Yes. The next stage is harvesting. Okay, I'm going to pull us up to the edge there. Lift that up, we'll turn it off, we'll fold it up. We won't knock over any street signs, and we'll look at the map. So, that's our first field. It's growing. That's our second. Looks like there might be a missed bit there. There might be a missed bit there. But the rest of the fields look kind of okay. So I don't know what's going on there. That's all sorts of weird. And then 29 is our last field that we need to grow.